Welcome to the Elevate Within podcast. I'm your host, Megan Ulsgaard, manifesting coach and intuition development expert. I'm here to help you fire up your intuition, up-level your mindset, co-create with the universe, and supercharge your manifesting abilities so that you can create a life that is truly elevated. I believe you are so incredibly powerful that nothing can stand in your way. It's your time to achieve that enormous goal that you've kept hidden for far too long. You're ready to go after everything you want and truly become unstoppable. It's time to upgrade your life from the inside out. Get ready to be elevated within every single day and attract the life that you are truly passionate about. Let's do this. What if I had a step-to-step guide with everything you need to get started working with your intuition and learning how to manifest? That would be pretty cool, right? Well, my friend, you're in luck. I have just the training for you. It's called Learn How to Work with Universal Energy to Manifest Quicker and Develop Your Own Intuitive Gifts. And it's yours for free. The masterclass will walk you through finding your own special intuitive abilities, how to receive signs from the universe, how your intuition helps you to manifest quicker, and the number one thing that prevents intuition development and how to bust through that barrier. My goal with this guide is to give you the tools that you need to go all in, working with your intuition and learning how to manifest with confidence. If you're thinking of tapping into your own intuitive abilities, but aren't quite sure where to start, or you're already working with your intuition, but you just aren't seeing the results you've expected by now, this is exactly what you need. Head over to infinitesoulblueprint.com/intuition to watch the masterclass and begin creating a life that you are truly obsessed with. infinitesoulblueprint.com/intuition. Welcome back to the Elevate Within podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about 10 mindset habits for manifesting. So when it comes to achieving your goals, when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to creating all those things you want, mindset is so important. And I'm finding that mindset is even more important than the practical things we do. You can have all the exercises in the world, but if we don't get your mindset right, then those things won't manifest. So today we are going to be digging deeper into mindset and going over 10 habits that will help you to be able to manifest those things that you want. So during this episode, you might have a few of those aha moments, or something might really click with you, and that might be the missing piece. So if you've been struggling trying to manifest things and achieve your goals, but it's just not happening, then you might be missing out on one of these things. So let's jump right into it. The first one is knowing your worth. So this one is super important when it comes to manifesting, knowing that you're worthy. And I find that this often holds people back. So somewhere along the line, we came to this conclusion that we're not worthy. Of course, not all of us, but many people feel this way. And through different experiences, through things that maybe happened in childhood, through however it happened, it doesn't matter. But for some reason, we feel like we're not worthy. And that could be because we've tried to achieve things in the past and maybe they didn't happen. So then you may be questioning your self-worth and saying, well, if I was worthy, I would receive these things. But that's simply not true. You are worthy. Every single person on this earth is just as worthy as someone else. And it is literally just a belief, okay? So a belief is a thought that you keep thinking. That's simply what a belief is. So if we change that thought, if we replace that thought to a more empowering one, that will become your new belief. So if you can keep saying something over and over and just ingrain it into your mind, that will help you to be able to create that new empowering belief. So knowing your worth, really saying those things that make you feel worthy, telling yourself you love yourself, telling yourself that you're capable, telling yourself that you can achieve anything you want. You can listen to affirmations are also great. You can listen to guided ones, or you can also record your affirmations in your own voice and then listen in your own voice. That's another really great way, because when it's you saying them, it really ingrains that into your subconscious mind. So doing those affirmations, you can read them, but it's really just about saying things to yourself every day, noticing your thoughts and noticing which ones are helping you and which ones aren't. And what you can do also is you can put little reminders all over. So you can put, get those little index cards and say like, I love myself, or I am worthy, or whatever it is that makes you feel really good, and just keep saying it and saying it. And another really great thing you can do is mirror work. So what you do is you look in the mirror and look right into your eyes, tell yourself that you love yourself, and tell yourself all these amazing things. Look in the mirror and say, I am wealthy. I am the wealthiest person in the world. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am abundant. Whatever it is that you want to say to yourself, really looking at yourself in the eyes really gets into your soul, right? Eyes are the windows to our soul. So you're really getting deep into your soul. So those are a few really great things that you can do to help to increase that self-worth piece. And one last thing you can do for the worthiness piece is do those things that make you feel good and make you feel confident. So whatever that is for you, if that's going to the gym, if that's going outside and getting fresh air, if that is playing with your pet, if that is hanging out with your best friend, if that is painting a picture. So whatever it is for you, make sure that you're doing those things every single day and really build that self-worth piece. So the second mindset habit for manifesting is believing in the law of attraction. So you don't have to believe 100%, but if you're trying to manifest things and you're doubting them, then that can be really hard to bring them into existence because you're doubting that you have this power. You're doubting this universal law. So I know that at times it can be hard to believe in it. And so especially if you grew up and you learned things a different way, right? Most of us didn't learn about law of attraction when we were younger. Most of us learned about it later on in life. But there are a few different things that you can do to help you to believe in the law of attraction. So one thing that I tried that really amped up my belief in law of attraction was the rice experiment. So you can find a video on YouTube under Infinite Soul Blueprint, or you can go to my blog article, infinitesoulblueprint.com, and look at that. But what I basically did was I took 3 different jars of rice, and on one of them I wrote love, on the other one I wrote hate, and on the other one I wrote ignore. And I did simply that for 50 days. I ignored the ignore one. I said mean words to the hate one. And I also, when I was frustrated, I'd hold it and just put it by my energy. And then the love one, I sent it love. I told it it's beautiful. I said thank you. I just gave it a whole bunch of love. And the results were so amazing. So the love one was perfect. The rice was like perfect after 50 days of not being in the fridge in this sealed jar. The hate one smelled so incredibly disgusting that I almost threw up when I opened the lid, and it had mold in the lid. And the ignore one was somewhere in between. So it smelled a little bit off, but it didn't have a ton of mold. So it was just right in the middle there. And like these jars were all in the same place. I didn't open any of them during the experiment. They were all treated exactly the same way. It was the exact same rice, just divided into 3 portions. So if you want to prove to yourself about law of attraction, I highly recommend you try that experiment or any other one. There's lots of different experiments, but really doing those things to really prove to yourself, hey, you know what? This is real. This is true. This does create my reality. And another great thing you can do is just pay attention to how you feel and what goes on in your experience. How you feel and how people treat you, what kinds of things come to you, and just really noticing. So really journaling. This was my energy this day. This is what happened, and just even try that for a few days. This is how I felt today. These were my thoughts. This is what happened. Right? Really connecting those pieces. Really trying to understand it better and understand how it works, because it is more complicated than just thinking something and have it happen. There's a lot of different things that play into it. So really getting your beliefs strong will help you to manifest those things you want, because your mindset will know with 100% certainty that this is true and this is how we can create what we want in our life. So the third thing is trusting the universe will do its part. Okay. So that's letting go of control. So this can be difficult, especially if you like to be in control, if you like to kind of control how things will play in your environment, which I feel like is most of us. I feel like, we like to know what's happening because it can be a little bit scary for our ego when we don't know what's happening. So when we feel that we're not in control, then our ego kind of freaks out and is like, I want the control back. But just really trusting that there's other powers at play here, and trusting that the universe will do its part. Trusting that if you do your part, which is getting in the energy, visualizing, finding the same vibration of the things you want, then the universe will help to deliver it to you. So it's almost like co-creating with the universe, and knowing that you don't have to do it alone, and that the universe will bring you things. So think about the times where things have been given to you, or things have kind of just happened out of the blue. And I say out of the blue because you manifested those things. So it's not out of the blue, but it feels like it's out of the blue. And see how easy some of those things were to get. That's the universe co-creating with you. And that can happen. That happens all the time, I should say. So just trusting that things can be delivered to you and that you don't have to force them, right? Your job is to feel good. That's your job. Trusting that those things will be brought to you. So the fourth thing is staying high vibe. So this is really just about staying in that high frequency, right? So all of our emotions have a different frequency. Love and gratitude being one of the highest ones, depression being one of the lowest ones. And you can actually pull up these charts online if you type in, like I've pulled up the Abraham Hicks emotional chart, but there's lots of different charts. So you can attract many things to you when you're high vibe. When you're feeling good, things just unfold smoothly. Things just happen so much faster. You're in alignment. You're really open to receiving those things. So doing all those things to stay high vibe will help bring those things to you. That will help your mindset. And just staying high vibe, you can also expect a lot of unexpected surprises. So things might just happen, like I said, once again, out of the blue, even though you've manifested them. And that's because you're in that high vibe. So lots of different things can start to flow into you when you're high vibe. So it might not just be this one specific thing. It might be even like extra little gifts that you didn't even expect. So you're just getting to that place where you feel really good. And when you do feel good, really milking it, really enjoying the experience, and really trying to keep your energy there. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. I'll just mention a couple in this episode. Meditation, fresh air, eating healthy, doing those things that make you feel really good, letting go of guilt, really releasing those things that are holding you back, which can be done through meditation. Really focusing your mind on the things that you do want versus the things that you don't want. Laughing. So what makes you laugh? Laughing is so super high vibrational. So try to do those things that make you laugh. Play, being in that playful mindset, right? Kind of like how kids are, just really playful, really enjoying life, being very present. Those are all very high vibe traits. So the fifth mindset habit is seeing abundance versus lack. Okay, so this does take some mindset work. This is really noticing when your thoughts creep up that are in lack and replacing those with abundant thoughts. So lack are things like, there's not enough for me. There's not enough for everyone. Someone's already doing this, so I can't do it. Those are all lack mindsets, but really shifting it to an abundance one. So there's more than enough for everyone, including myself. There's more than enough. And I like to look at it this way as well. When you're healthy, when you're really healthy, that doesn't make other people unhealthy, right? There's more than enough health to go around. But sometimes when we start to think about money or other things, we think, well, there's not enough to go around. But just think of it the same way you think of, for example, health. Okay, you being healthy, being super healthy is first of all not going to make anyone else less healthy. So you're not doing anything to anyone else to hurt them. But also, there's enough health to go around. Everyone can be as healthy as they want. Think about other things that way. Like, for example, money. There's more than enough. You having money isn't going to make someone else have less. In fact, it will probably make other people have more, because you'll be able to help people a lot more. You'll be able to give a lot more money. You'll be able to overflow that abundance. And you can also think of it like air. So there's air in the world, right? And we breathe it in, breathe it out every single day. And we never say, I'm not sure if there's enough air in this world. I really got to conserve my breath. When I breathe this air in, I really got to hold on to it and really hold tightly to it because there's not enough. We don't do that. But for some reason, certain things, whether, like I said, that's money, that's houses, that's people, potential partners, friends, whatever it is, we think that there's not enough. Think of it as an abundant universe. Think of it the same way you think of air, the same way you think of health, the same way you think of water. All those things will really help to shift you to that abundant mindset. And you'll see that there is more than enough for you and for everyone else. So the sixth thing is being open to the how. So this is all about letting go of how it will happen. Okay, so if you can shift your mindset to say, I don't care how it happens. I'm just going to focus on what I want, and I'm going to release control of how it's going to happen. That trips so many of us up because we think it has to happen in the way that we have in our mind. Okay, that's just what our ego has made up. That's just what our rational brain has made up. It doesn't know, our ego doesn't know what can happen. So if you're open to the how and just say, you know what, it doesn't matter. Even though it may not happen the way I want it to, that's okay. As long as I receive my manifestation, that's what I want. And really just enjoying the process of how it will unfold because it might be pretty exciting as well. I bet you can look back and see there's so many things you received and you had no idea they would happen in that way, but they were amazing surprises that you're like, I would have never been able to figure out how to do this. So just being open to the how is a great mindset habit for manifesting. The seventh mindset habit for manifesting is focusing on what you do want. So versus what you don't want. So we have a tendency to really focus on what we don't want, right? Really focus on what's going wrong. You know, we got to get away from this. We got to do something to fix this. We got to change this. But if you can shift your focus onto what you do want, that will help to bring it into existence so much faster. That'll help you to release that resistance. That'll help you to flow with that energy. So, for example, if you're trying to move houses and your house isn't selling, you're really frustrated, and all you keep thinking is, why won't this house sell? Why won't this house sell? Shift that mindset to being excited about where you're going, okay? Because you know that eventually it will sell. It will. Focus on where you want to go to. So look at houses, get really excited, drive past the house. If you find a house, drive past it every single day. Look at pictures of it every single day. Start to envision where you're going to put your furniture, where this is going to go. Just getting really excited about what you do want. And you can do this with absolutely anything. Focusing and getting excited about what you do want will bring a whole new energy, and that will pull you away from what you don't want, which is also kind of in the past, right? So I found that this is actually super powerful. When manifesting, when we're trying to release resistance, we tend to think that we've released resistance, right? We tend to cut cords or whatever, and we think that we've done everything that we can. So we're sitting there waiting for this manifestation to happen, but nothing's happening. It's because we're not going towards the new, okay? So we need to go towards the new. I've found this is so powerful. Moving towards the new completely releases resistance from that thing that you're holding on to, from that thing of the past. So moving towards what you do want really will help you to get out of what you don't want. Okay, so start looking at the pictures, start finding the house, start finding the new job, start looking for the new partner, whatever it is that you're looking for, move towards the new. That is super powerful. Law of attraction manifesting right there for you. So the eighth mindset habit for manifesting is knowing you create your reality. So this kind of works hand in hand with believing in the law of attraction, but this is really taking ownership for your reality the way it is. Okay. So sometimes this can be uncomfortable because we look at it and we say, why did I didn't manifest this, right? This isn't what I want. I didn't manifest this. And that really says, well, I don't believe in law of attraction because I believe I only manifest the good things, which is not the way it works. And you don't have to do this in a way that is punishing or anything like that, right? This is just really about taking ownership for your life, really being a leader in your own life, saying, I created everything. So all these bad things that are happening, I created that. All these good things that are happening, I created that. Once you take ownership, you'll see that things begin to shift, right? No one is doing anything to you. So you're essentially taking your power back, which can help you to create all those things that you want because you have the power. It's showing you that you have the power, right? And you're not a bad person. You're not a failure. You're nothing like that because you've manifested some, I'm putting quotations, unwanted things, because everything is a learning experience. Everything is here to help you. And the way that Source looks at it is that nothing is good or bad. Everything just is. So some of those things that we think are negative are not. They're really in the eye of the beholder, right? It's really our perception. So some of those things, don't beat yourself up about them. They are absolutely valid in your experience. And I bet they taught you so much, which is what we're all here to do, is to learn. So taking ownership. So right now, if you can just say, you know what? I take complete and full ownership for everything that I've manifested in my life. Once you know where you are, you know where you're going. But if you don't know where you are, then the map's all messed up. It's like, well, I don't know where I'm going because I don't know where I'm starting. So I have no direction. But once you know where you are, you have a clear direction, just like a map to where you want to go. So the ninth thing is being okay with it being uncomfortable. So when we're manifesting, things will change. It's inevitable. Things are changing all the time. And sometimes our ego gets scared. Okay, so our ego, as soon as something feels a little bit uncomfortable, our egos pop up and say, I'm a little bit uncomfortable because I've never experienced this before. So it's just about knowing that things may feel a tad bit uncomfortable, and that is a really, really good thing. That means you're changing. That means things are shifting for you. That means you're creating what you want. So just knowing it's not a bad thing when things are uncomfortable. Like I said, it's just the ego popping up just to be like, hey, I just want to make sure that you're okay because this is new territory for me. And just understanding that will help to release a ton of resistance. And the last thing is knowing that it's never too late, okay? It is never too late to receive your manifestations. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, what race you are, what gender you are. I don't care if you're an alien or if you're human. It is never too late, okay? We're infinite beings, and you can create anything you want at any moment. I don't care if you're 90 years old and you want to create a new business, you can absolutely do that. So knowing it's never too late, you can create anything you want at any moment is, you know what? You are listening to this right now, which means you are alive, which means that you're able to create anything you want. So those are 10 mindset habits for manifesting. I hope that these really helped you to get clear on your mindset and helped you to maybe bust through some of those limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from manifesting those things you want. So thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for spending time with me on the Elevate Within podcast. I appreciate you being here with me. If you could take one moment to share this episode on social media, tag me in it, or share it with someone personally that you think would love this, that would be absolutely amazing. Also, if you're loving this podcast, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes and by subscribing to this channel so I can keep providing you with content that will truly leave you elevated within. I can't wait to connect with you on the next show.